Here we go. This is the finals. Winner takes first place and runner-up takes second place. Both players going to Seoul, Korea for the finals, SWC 2022. We got the pre-bans.
Oh.
Yeah, pre-bans in Oliver and Woosa. And then PinkRoid drafting Ryu. ISMOO flashing the Antares.
Did you see PinkRoid also flashing the
Yeah,
Antares?
yes.
Yep.
Both players are flashing the Antares.
Beautiful, beautiful. We love to see it.
ISMOO picking up Tabler and Changpeng for first and second pick.
I like the pick so far. In fact, it's looking very similar to the match against Raxas as well. Both players competing for the Tableau, competing for the wall, competing for the Changpeng. Probably going to see a Praha later on in this draft as well.
And there we go. PinkRoid picking up Shizuka and Amasha for second and third unit. As Boss predicted, ISMOO picking up that Praha for his third unit.
I'm really liking ISMOO's draft so far, but I'm also really liking PinkRoid's. He needs to think of something to counter that Masha.
Wait, did ISMOO always have Han? Han is being drafted up by ISMOO for his fourth unit.
I think ISMOO has had Han for a while, but I don't think he had him for last year's Europe Cup, but he's definitely summoned it earlier than he'd summoned this wound set, which got pre-banned.
Fair enough. PinkRoid drafting up that Chiwu and the Savannah for his final two picks. ISMOO still has one more slot to fulfill.
I'm really liking both drafts so far. Oh, hello!
Oh.
No way.
He drops up that she's locked in. Pure Vanilla Cookie gets the ban! Pure Vanilla Cookie gets the ban. ISMOO with the speed lead and PinkRoid with the speed lead as well. First set. Here we go.
Oh, wow. I really wanted to see that Pure Vanilla Cookie in action. What a shame.
PinkRoid straight away banning that Pure Vanilla Cookie. Masha taking that first turn. Praha off wheel, but Masha will unlikely crit on the Praha. Here we go. More with the rolling spike, getting some stuns on the Praha and the Tableau. Very critical there.
That was a nice revenge from Praha, but the Savannah did reduce her attack bar. PinkRoid has taken the first turn. PinkRoid even has the Shizuka sustain. Things are really looking tough for ISMOO right now.
There we go. Shizuka with the past life spell. Will it be used on herself or a different unit? Puts it up on herself. Masha. Fast link. Oh, deleting that Changpeng out of this match. Savannah follows up, deleting the Praha out of this match. This is what we see from Pinky's playstyle, and we've seen it in action. Right now, don't blink because this match is almost over.
Well, that's it. Let PinkRoid take that first turn, and he is going to punish you. And that's exactly what happened.
Holy Nora. That was pretty impressive. Very, very quick there as well. I mean, PinkRoid simply dispatching ISMOO, not even giving him a chance to breathe there, Killer.
Yeah. I think that Pure Vanilla Cookie threw him off for a second, but yeah, if she was in there, it would have been a different way around.
Yeah, I would have loved to seen that in action. And whether or not, I mean, what will happen next, who knows? But we know, for instance, you know, we talked about ISMOO right in the prelims way back in the summer as well, that this is a player who is capable of bringing something kind of interesting to the party and kind of doing something different that we're not necessarily expecting. And I think to knock PinkRoid off his perch here, you know, to a degree, Baus, you do have to do something different because he seems to have most areas covered pretty well.
He did, but he didn't have that much covered quite so much. He let PinkRoid take that first turn. I do think that Han was not the best pickup. He could have picked up something like an Escher that allowed him to compete for first turn, rather than just let PinkRoid take the first turn. And if he did, he should have, knowing that PinkRoid was going to take the first turn, he should have bound out the Savannah, like Raxas did in the match with a Barbo. If he had those two AoE strippers, Savannah was only real follow-up. So that might have been something that ISMOO wants to consider for this next match.
Yeah, it's all going to depend what happens now, because ISMOO now will take things obviously very seriously. Not as he hasn't already, but obviously this is game 2. He's one down already, one set down, so he needs to come back swinging here against PinkRoid. Let's see how the pick and bans turn out.
Here we go. This is the second set of the finals. Han gets the pre-ban, Moore gets the pre-ban. Both players looking at each other and shaking their heads.
Really interesting to see that Han got the pre-ban. That means Oliver is available in this match. This is going to be a very different match to what we're used to with Oliver constantly getting pre-banned.
And ISMOO picking up that Oliver for first unit. Locks it in very quickly. PinkRoid drafting up that Praha. One more unit to go.
I'm expecting a Changpeng if he decides he wants it.
Almost. PinkRoid drafting up Praha and the Masha for the first and the second unit. ISMOO taking a second to think how he will counter it. Picks up that Shizuka and the Changpeng.
Well, ISMOO has the strength of this box here because he has a wound set if he wants to pick it up later on. But really, really interesting to see PinkRoid pivoting this early on. Who could have thunk it?
Here we go, PinkRoid just having some fun, drafting up that Juno. Right now, one more unit to go for his 4th slot. Who goes with the Dominic? Has he locked it in? Locks in the Dominic.
Well, there we go. PinkRoid's pivoted, so ISMOO is going to have to pivot, I think. Scout might want to bring out some kind of water unit or something that deals well with the Juno and the Masher.
Here we go, ISMOO picking up that Wunsa and the Tableau for the final 2 units. PinkRoid, last unit. Leo brings it out. Does he lock it in?
I actually like PinkRoid's draft a lot more. I'm not sure about ISMOO not taking any water units at all to counter the Masher and the Juno. I don't think, because that Leo is possibly a must ban, that ISMOO is going to be able to take out the Masher and Juno in this draft.
There we go, the bans are in. Leo gets the ban, Changpang gets the ban, speed lead for ISMOO and HP lead for PinkRoid with the Dominic HP leads. This is the first time I've seen PinkRoid not have a speed lead. Here we go. First turn for Wunsa. Will he manage to strip? Strips both unit, pushes back attack bar. Shizuka follows up on ISMOO's side. Very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. But again, PinkRoid has Juno and Praha, which counter the Shizuka really nicely. Of course, Oliver can reset, but if he misses the reset like I think he did just now, then it doesn't matter. Of course, Tableau is going to give Oliver a couple of extra turns.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Wunsa with a skill 2 on the Masha. Beneficial block landed. Masha will not be getting will when she takes a turn. Whoa, Shizuka with all things in nature. Despair stuns and beneficial block all over PinkRoid's team. Masha skill 1 onto Oliver, dealing little damage. Oh, violent proc from Dominic.
You know what? This is really interesting synergy between Shizuka and Tableau. Tableau stunning his own team so that Shizuka can stun the enemy team. Pretty cool to see. But of course, as I said before, Juno counters the Shizuka's buffs so hard and converts those into continuous damage. And this Masha is just going to eat up each and every one of ISMOO's units.
And that's exactly what Masha just did right now. Praha with the predicted future and taking out that Tableau. Wunsa skill 1 onto Dominic, does not go to sleep. Dominic returning a favor but taking out Oliver from the match. PinkRoid looking very favorable right now. Dominic again onto Shizuka, no additional turn. Wunsa skill 1 onto the Praha, no sleep.
Well, do you know what? I think ISMOO, he's already got his ticket to Korea in the bag. So he's deciding to not pick up a water unit in this match to counter the Masha and Juno was a huge mistake. But it doesn't matter. He's going to Korea anyway, and he's just having a bit of fun now.
Wow, 2-0 happened so fast there, lads. I think we said earlier on, Raxas PinkRoid was a battle that we could justify being a final. Not to say this isn't, but with ISMOO conceding twice very quickly, I think you made a really good point there about, locking a place in for World Finals. Because if you think about ISMOO's mindset right now as well, the last season, same final, lost out to PinkRoid there, knows anyone but him in the final again, and would you believe it is exactly the same opponent as last year? Knowing kind of almost not defeatist in attitude, but kind of, I guess you kind of go into it thinking, okay, I need to try and claw this back because he had me last year. But this year, PinkRoid, it's looking again very, very strong here. And I mean, I guess with 2 already wins out of the potential 5, best of 5 here, Killer, how does ISMOO even try to get back into this against a player as strong as PinkRoid? Yeah,
I do think ISMOO is in a difficult position right now because you prepare for your first round, quarterfinals and semi-finals, but you don't prepare for the finals because it's less important. So having his monsters ruined is probably different and puts him at a little bit disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Would you agree, Baus, as well?
Yeah, and they've not had that much time to re-ruin their units, They're only a little bit of a break, probably the same builds as he had to counter Jancelot and Seishizo.
Exactly.
No, can PinkRoid make it 3-0 here in the final Europe Cup here and confirm him as the champion of 2022? We'll have to find out. It's time to jump straight back into the pick and bans, and the pre-bans coming in right now.
Here we go, pre-bans are in. It is a match point for PinkRoid. Oliver and Wunsa get the pre-ban.
And you know what? I think ISMOO is going to bring the heat this time because he'll know what mistakes he made in the previous 2 matches, and hopefully we'll be able to see him adapt nicely to bring a team that can counter PinkRoid a little bit better than his previous 2 drafts.
PinkRoid picking up the Maw for the first unit with the Street Fighter skin, aka Water Ryu. ISMOO responding with the Masha and the Shizuka. PinkRoid picking up the Changpang and the Praha.
Indeed. ISMOO taking the draft that PinkRoid picked up in the previous match. But the thing is, PinkRoid has the Praha as a pick, so ISMOO can't really pick the Juno this time around because there's already 2 units that counter the Juno. He's going to have to think about another wind unit, like a Dominic.
There we go. ISMOO goes with the Tableau and the wind unit, like you said, but it's an Ethna this time around. PinkRoid responding with the Leo and the Juno for his final 2 units, but he's not locked them in, and we know PinkRoid likes to change his mind a few seconds later, and he's doing so right now.
Indeed, he is. The Leo is looking like a possible must ban once again with how much speed ISMOO is bringing. This Leo has been a nightmare for ISMOO, with PinkRoid constantly picking it up, being a must ban for ISMOO. Really nice play from PinkRoid.
PinkRoid picking up that segment for the final unit. ISMOO sitting there. He's having a think. He's got 18 seconds to decide on his final unit to counter PinkRoid's draft.
Well, he knows he has to ban out the Leo. I'm thinking a water unit would be a good choice, like a Miles, like an Escher. Funny guy.
A Vertihill. Oh, could this possibly mean he's leaving Leo in?
It could definitely mean he's leaving Leo in, and maybe a ban on either the Maw or the Praha. PinkRoid, knowing that, is probably going to ban out the Vertihill, and then he'll be sitting pretty.
We're about to find out. Vertihill gets the ban. Maw gets the ban. Very, very interesting. ISMOO, will he opt in with the HP or the speed lead? PinkRoid, what leader skill would he opt in? PinkRoid with the HP. ISMOO with the speed lead. Here we go. Match point for PinkRoid. This is the finals for the day. EU Cup. Here we go. First turn for Leo.
Oh, there we go. Leo always takes first turn. And that means the Ethna is not going to be able to do her thing.
Here we go. Sekmet managing to reset that Shizuka. And the Leo doing some serious damage on that Ethna. Both players having a laugh down at the stage. It's good to be in person. Tableau taking a turn right now. Will he reduce everyone's attack bar, including
This
that
is
Praha?
huge.
No, he goes for the slow.
Tableau needed to land some stuns. He didn't land some stuns, but Masha can try and reduce this attack bar so that Ethna can actually do something, unless Praha sleeps the Ethna.
Praha with the Daydream, sleeps 2 out of the 4 units. Praha gets an additional turn. Will it skill 1 into Masha? Oh, goes into Ethna. Ethna about to take a turn.
With defense break on this Changpong, Ethna could just kill the Changpong. Let's see how much damage this Ethna has. Of course, additional damage by speed artifacts won't do as much as they usually would. Oh,
that was a gamble. He opted in with the skill 2, and Changpong cuts in with the serious matter, pushing everyone's ISMOO's attack bar back down except that Masha.
that was a strange move indeed. Of course, Changpong would have taken the next turn. But, you know, it is what it is. As I said, ISMOO, he booked a ticket to Korea, making a little slightly questionable moves.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter at this stage. He's ready to join the after party, have some food. You know what? They're probably starving at this point.
Tableau goes for the defense break on the Leo, trying to deal some damage. Masha with the immunity always up, goes on to Leo. Oh my god, Leo surviving by an inch. No additional turn for this Praha. Leo goes onto Shizuka. That's big damage coming from that Leo today.
Yeah, I mean, Leo had an ignore defense turret there. Just no surprise that he did so much damage.
Oh, okay, yep. And then taking out that Shizuka. Masha, additional turn. Could it be too late? Is this Masha going to solo? 4 of PinkRoid's units has taken one of them down. There's still 3 to go. Immunity has been taken away by Sekmet. Masha versus 3 units. It looks like pretty GG's for PinkRoid as first place.
Pretty GG. Stranger things have happened, but I don't think this comeback is on. Incredibly dominant final performance from PinkRoid here today.
And there we have it, baby. We have ourselves a confirmed Europe Cup champion. Back-to-back dubs. The one and only PinkRoid. Yes, lads. I'm actually going to clap. Yes, yes, yes. Just
Wow.
like the amazing crowd here in Berlin, Germany.